Hi there friends. So I wonder what your room looks like right now. Is it messy? Is it like a lot of stuff in your room? I live in Tokyo and I'm tidying up my room right now. But here's the truth. Practicing minimalism in a big city like Tokyo isn't very easy. The messy situation is taking a lot of peace away from me and I really don't like this part. So that's exactly why I want to walk you through my process today, asking this one question. How can we be more intentional with what we own in a world that constantly tells us to have more? I was backpacking the world for 14 months with just one backpack, and I just remember that satisfying feeling of owning less things and doing more things that gave me a lot of experiences and memory dividends. Why I talk about this minimalist approach is concept of a minimalism has been so important for us is that we used to have a lot of things in the house. We learned a very important thing is that, if you start owning things will start owning you back. Like when you grow up, when you become officially adult, I was moving away from Hong Kong to live in Japan by myself. So, from a lot of things that you want to buy, and Japan has a lot of good stuff. And then I started owning a lot of things and I was just stuck in the home and I didn't want to throw things out and everything seems so important to me. But ever since I went on a backpack last year, for 1 year, I only had this 40-liter backpack, which I'll show you later. 40 liters backpack, just to think about, okay, how many clothes can I fit in here? How many, maybe camera and then drone can I fit in here? And then eventually, I thought I needed 100 liters of backpack worth of things. But for me and also my partner, Jess, we ended up just fitting everything into 40 liters backpack. And it just made our life feel so much lighter, so much easier, and so much simpler, which means more clarity and you feel very good with every day with little stuff. But ever since I came back to Tokyo, because we're getting busy, keeping things minimal is sort of difficult because we chase efficiency as well, right? So when you're chasing efficiency, you tend to rely on tools and things that make your life better. And then we have a little bit more stuff now, but I want to maybe share a little bit of tips and my way of doing things to keep our things very minimal. So let's go. So I'm starting from so today we're doing a volunteer for the fostering cats. And then someone decided to be a parent for this little guy. So we're gonna let him go with that big cage. I'm so glad we're losing this one. So one of the things being a minimalist is I really don't this is not the situation I like, but whenever you have some space, we tend to put things on that available space, and that is a no-go. And I need to discuss this with my partner. And then this is my workspace. So these are my YouTube things. I think one of the important thing is have a permanent address for your things. And then because if you don't have a permanent space, you need to spend your energy to think about where you have to put this thing. So what I like to do this for my workspace most of the time is that I like to put magnets. And then if you have a monitor armed like this and a monitor, you can actually put a magnet stripe and then just kind of put it behind. So it kind of hides inside. So you might say this is a little bit it's not really a minimalist things, but I think minimalist is not about owning less stuff, but minimalist is about owning things that matter to you. So I think these YouTube things or camera gears, gadgets, these are kind of the minimal stuff for me already. And I'm trying to go even less now, but I think it's all right so far. These are pretty much the things that I own in this entire, almost entire house other than clothing. So you're getting sick and then you're getting all these pills and drinks and everything. But again, when you don't have it, usually just throw it away right away. And then some of the letters, I'll just put it right together in the folder. One folder. When this one gets filled, I'll just throw away what's not important. Yeah, those are for my events, and golf is something important to me. So I keep my golf stuff here with me. I only have one set Okay, so let's sort of move on to look at this. So messy right now, but everything goes. But I think one of the things now is that like when we wash things, we basically put everything, just dump everything into like one space, into one of the closets, because it's like when you're done the washing, you just like put it straight into there. Don't waste your energy and time folding your clothes and everything. No, hello there. How are you? You're leaving today. Are you sad? I guess you're not. I'm sad, but I guess I'm alright. You have a new parent. This is one of the reasons we have more stuff now. But other than that, I think we're very clean. So I'll show you the room. So one of the so this is a bad example. Like if you see things like, if you have a container, the more container or the kind of a place to put on things, the first thing you'll think about is just putting it here. So what I avoid is set a permanent address for every single thing you have, and then make sure you put it back to where it was. So this is the first thing I'm going to take away. This is the same for me and also for my wife as well. One of the examples of having permanent addresses, like it applies to dishes and utensils. I think that's a good example. So basically this is like all the dishes and utensil and microwave that we have, and setting permanent address for each little corner and the partition will basically allow you to, how do you say, like put things back into original spot where there is a space just right for that object. You kind of like treat each piece, you recognize each piece more importantly. That allows you to like always go back to where it was. So that way we put it inside the storage, so we try not to put more things on the outside. Yeah, that's not good. That's not. But anyway, I think we don't buy more dishes than these like that. So we only have like 2 bowls, 2 plates and stuff. Yeah, and ever since we came back from backpack, I think all these Japanese stuff is way too good. So we're trying slowly. Well, I guess these will be gone soon, so that's okay. But for these things like dishes and materials, make sure you have like a spot for it. And then if you're gonna buy something new, make sure you're gonna throw away some of the older things that you don't use anymore. Yep. So first of all, this is like the bed. Yeah, so this is like the bed we normally use. We don't even use the frame anymore. We just put this like a 3 foldable bed, and then just sort of like fold it and make it like a little sofa. I don't know if you can see from there. I think we got really well trained from this like backpack experiences, like, and now we can totally sleep on like foldable beds like this. To be honest, I don't think it makes a big difference when you get used to it. It's just like a matter of perspective. And then just like a little workspace, probably mostly for my wife, so she's kind of using this space. And then like I said, this is not a good example. Something like always put it back to everything should have one permanent address. So for this one, it's charging, so I'll just put it here for now. And then same thing, definitely no TV for a minimalist. So this one, I like this one, XGIMI. I don't know how to read. This one is very nice projector, very nice quality. When you don't use it, usually we'll just put it on the side. We have a very weird setting, so normally we just put our blankets and everything, hang it on the wall, hang it on the side of the stairs. Cat tower, it's like a replacement of the plants that we can never buy ever since we get this little guy. Favorite Decathlon's backpack that we used to carry in our 14 months of traveling, and we learned to just put everything into this like one backpack. And the lesson is that it's just amazing how I used to think that, you know, you can't really throw a lot of things away. But when you are in that sort of situation, it makes you realize that what is really important to you and what is not important to you. I guess if you have things that you're actually not using, just put them, kind of categorize them into like another space, and then use one time to really decide whether to throw it or not throw away. Because when you throw it away, it's also a decision as well. It takes time, it takes effort to really make that decision. But when you throw that stuff away, you're letting one thing important in life to come into your life. So I suggest you go try it. Uh-oh, the cat is trying to escape. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. What was your takeaway? If you have any suggestion, I would love to take it. But always remember, like, we're always, what we need is, what it's important for us is to get experience in life. And I think material possession is something that will hold you back if you have more stuff and more stuff. And like I said, like, if you start owning things, things will start owning you. So try to own little stuff and make it a very simple life. And I think if you're not sure what you want to do with life, if you have no idea, if you're getting stuck, I suggest you to start with owning less things and apply that minimalist approach. Yep, so that's it for today. My hand is tired from holding this camera. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Say bye-bye. 11.